All right, I think I'm live. Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom. And welcome back to yet another live stream in which we are going to be discussing what we should be looking forward to, especially the next week here, since we actually ended the week, I think last week, with great strength in the market. Obviously, towards the end, we had like the news of the CEO and founder of Telegram being arrested. And of course, with that, the market was spooked a little bit, but I think we are kind of trying to find some recovery structures from the market, and then the market is trying to close the week on a very strong support level right there. So we'll be taking a look at all that great stuff in today's video, but you guys already know that these live streams are made for the community so that we can actually be able to connect and we can have a nice conversation, right? When I make videos, really, you guys, obviously you comment and stuff like that, but it's not really, what can I say, intimate. Yeah, probably not so intimate, not so close, right? But in these live streams, we can have a moment to really discuss everything in much more detail, right? So without me further running my mouth too much here, let me quickly start by looking at Fetch AI, because really this has been the talk of the town. And I was coming out with the structure, I think, last week, and I was posting on my X. By the way, if you are not following me on X, I would encourage you to do so, because I'm making like very quick updates on X and posting them there. It's much more easier than recording a full video and you know, editing it out and stuff like that. So if you're not following me yet on X, you can just find the link somewhere in the channel description, or maybe the description of this live stream and stuff like that. All right, so Fetch AI is looking very strong. As you can see here, I was doing an L12 count, but maybe should I repeat this one more time for maybe somebody who really cannot follow what's happening here? There is something that is called the L12 theory, but as it suggests, I mean, it's actually a theory, but the theory suggests that you know, price moves in waves, right? So you've got wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then you also have got wave 5. Obviously there are some rules included in all that stuff, but for now I just want to show you that you know, there is a very great path here for Fetch AI according to what I'm seeing here. And yeah, it's something that has already generated a great community and people will be interested. So we have counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. Now the theory also suggests that after 5 waves to the upside, you also expect some kind of an ABC correction, and we are seeing one right here. This is a nice ABC correction. Then from there, you also just repeat the cycle one more time. So that's another 1, 2, 3, and then this is 4. So we're looking for a 5th wave right there. Now the question obviously comes to mind, like how high can actually the 5th wave go? And here the first thing that we can actually refer to for basic technical analysis is the the Fibonacci retracement tool, right? So if you grab it from top to bottom here, our full Fibonacci extension here is measured around something like $12.80. So this is a basic preliminary level that I'm looking forward to, and I mentioned this last week on my X, as I mentioned already, and I was buying more Fetch, targeting this level here. So fingers crossed we eventually get there, right? So that's it with Fetch AI. And the next one that people are talking about right at this point is Ton, right? Because of the news that happened with CEO of Telegram being arrested. We also saw like aggressive moves with that altcoin right there. So I will show you my thoughts, and yeah, with these thoughts, I want you to understand that I already had these thoughts before the events happened, and maybe I should just go ahead and delete this one more time. So basically, I was talking to Patreon members the other day, and I was even making a video for them, telling them, look, I'm seeing some distribution activity happening here on top of the ton price, and this wasn't looking too good. But I really could not say for sure that this was, I mean, what is happening, because the market was like, the rest of the market was very much bullish, but Ton, for one reason or the other, was not catching up with the momentum. So I was saying that we can actually enter a short position at $7 and get out at $5.60, and for sure that actually happened, and it was because of this structure here. Now my belief is that this distribution structure hasn't actually ended. These are just the initial signs that we have seen. We already have structures like this in the market all over the place. I could have also prepared a nice video to, you know, share, but I'm not really too much into the Ton community, so I'm not gonna be, you know, spending time for them, right? So anyway, this distribution structure here, should we actually go back here, we have actually seen something like that on Ton, and with the recent news that happened, it actually gave me some kind of clarity to say that I was right, that there is a distribution pattern that is happening there with Ton. So I personally think that the carnage is not yet done, and since the situation is a little bit fluid right at this point, we may still see some downward price action happening here. Where I'll be looking to take my first profits, because I'm in a short position, is right around $3.50. Now this is a very, like, it's a bold statement to come and say that this thing is gonna fall from, you know, $5 or basically $6 to $3.50 in a bullish market like this one. Is very, very, like, bold. But if, I mean, for those people who have spent time with me and know me, who communicate with me on a daily basis, they know that I'm not scared of being wrong, right? I literally put my money where my mouth is, and it's the same case in the situation right here. I already had these thoughts way before the whole thing happened. I mean, the arrest happened, so that was just like extra confirmation. It's one of those things like where you see a chart and then you're like, you know, show me the chart, and then I will tell you the news. So that was the news right there. I still expect that there will be more downward price action that will be happening here. Yeah, I mean, people will be like, yeah, he's gonna get released. Yeah, he may still get released, but what is gonna be happening to Telegram after that, right? I don't think it's gonna be the same. And yeah, I'm with the idea of decentralization and stuff like that. But to be honest with you, really, can we bet against government? Probably not. These guys have been ruling for hundreds of years, and it's not gonna be an easy thing, right? So anyway, you know what, I'm running my mouth too much here. Let me get to the next thing that we want to be talking about here. We want to be talking about JASMY coin, because JASMY has been lagging, to be honest with you, with the rest of the market, and I wasn't expecting that, but at the same time it's not showing weakness, so that is also a great sign. So what we have been doing here with JASMY, I have also been posting a lot on X. By the way, guys, can you please help me spread this live stream by sharing it to maybe X or something like that, like it, and you know, it probably will bring more people into the conversation. So here we have got the JASMY price set on the left, right? Then we also have got reserve rights on the right here. And what I was just trying to do here before stream is try and draw some, you know, comparisons and similarities here. We are seeing that at the very top we have basically the same structure right there, right? I don't really have to point out a lot of things. We also see this double top kind of a thing, and then you obviously set a new low. We have got another low here, then the price pulls all the way back, at least towards the highlighted zone that I was highlighting here. So that means that JASMY, if it continues within this trajectory, still has got something like, you know, a 40% to go to the upside. It's a little bit slow compared to the rest of the market, but you have to understand that, you know, all boats are gonna eventually rise all together. So it doesn't make any sense to say, you know what, I'm dumping JASMY and then I'm gonna be running on to the next thing, because if the thing has already done great, for example, like reserve rights, it means that the percentages to be made are not all that great, right? So in the situation, maybe if reserve rights can pump 10% higher, JASMY will be pumping maybe 40%. So you want to be in something that hasn't pumped just yet, and with similar structure, so that you will be able to profit on it 100%. I hope I'm clear there on JASMY. I'm still expecting this 100%, and my fingers are crossed we get that, right? If we fail to get it, yeah, it means that I was wrong, and then, I mean, it is what it is, right? Let's move on to the next one. We've got ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, one of my favorites, like with JASMY, along with JASMY. And ICP here has actually been doing great, and I was looking forward to something like $9 here. What I just wanted to see with ICP was that there was signs of life. Now we have gotten back to the resistance level, as you can see I was indicating here, and yeah, this was something that I was expecting already to happen, and it's gonna be a little bit of a fight, but the good thing is that we have pulled ourselves back from the very bottom there. Can you imagine that ICP actually pumped up something like here 40%? That's great, but we were bottoming right back then in something like July 24th, and from that moment to where the price is sitting right now, is pumped something like 54%. That's great, and yeah, we are building great structures right there. If I take a look at the weekly time frame, for example, and also just pointing to the underlying indicators right there, we can see the MACD is really now starting to curve, and by the time we get to next week, I think next Sunday, by this time we will be able to say with a very high degree of certainty that we have the confirmation of that a bullish cross here on the divergence on ICP. We also have got a great RSI, and I was saying that each and every single time we've actually managed to cross the yellow line there, the moving average on the RSI, it has resulted in great, I mean, price pumps for ICP. we were seeing an average of something like 150% or something like that. So should something like that happen, it means we'll be able to get above the main resistances level here on ICP. The next big resistance on ICP here is sitting right around $11.50. So I mean, we'll cross the bridge when we get there. For now, I'm just in a celebratory mode because I saw that the community was really I mean, a little bit disappointed with the price action, but for now we are at least pumping along with the rest of the market. That is something that is very important for me, because if your coin is not pumping along with the rest of the market, people, I mean, tend to lose hope on it, right? But for now, I think we're good. So that was it with ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. The other thing that we want to take a look at is XRP. Guys, if you have got any questions that you want to ask later in the live stream, I think you can write them in advance so that we'll take a look at your questions all together at the same time, right? So XRP is also really in a massive fight. It's fighting what I believe to be the last main resistance. If it happens to break this resistance and continue to the upside, I think the beginning of the bull run is going to be official from this level. So what you see here with XRP on a weekly time frame is you've got this line, obviously upward sloping support. Now it's acting as resistance, right? But then again, if I delete this one here, you also realize that there is also another sort of resistance that is right there, right? Another downward sloping resistance. The other one was upward sloping. So we've already tested this resistance multiple times, 1, 2, 3, 4 times already. Now, the basic rule in technical analysis is that the more you actually hit on a support level or a resistance level for that matter, the more likely you are going to be able to break above it. So here it's more likely that XRP is going to be able to break above this level. And this is very much significant because if you take reference of where XRP was peaking last cycle, let's go ahead and do that nice and easy. This is the first Fibonacci retracement level. It hasn't been able to cross it. So once it crosses 68 cents here, I believe that it's off to the races. We're really going to be going to the upside. And I've taken a look at like the previous Bitcoin structures that we have been seeing. They all look like something like this here, where you see you have got this wash to the downside, right? And then you also have got a retracement level right there. Often the way you go capitulation, then when you just find your resistance levels, your initial resistance, slowly but surely you have to pump. Again, if you are going to be asking me of my price target for this bull cycle for XRP, we are in a trade with Patreon members. We entered that trade at 48 cents, and we're looking to take profits by around $5.20. And yeah, for the spot position, because I mean, maybe this is confusing to some people, but I have got spot positions, then I also have got leverage positions on a number of different altcoins, right? So for XRP, we've got a bag that is on spot, and I think that we can go as high as something like the $18.60, right? But for the leverage position, I think that $5.20 is something that is enough already. Yeah, you hear people say that, oh yeah, it will never pass $2. Okay, no problem. You do you, and I do what I've always done before, right? So that was with XRP. Let's quickly take a look at Bitcoin itself and see if it's actually telling us something that is great, that is leading the market here. So BTC has actually been trending sideways, if you want to know the truth. But right now, if I go here to the daily time frame, now things are beginning to get a little bit much more interesting here, because you can see, of course, we have this downward stopping resistance here. But for now, I probably wanted to take it like a horizontal line of support, but still, we can still work well with this downward stopping resistance. We haven't tested it back yet, but there is one thing that is very much positive that I saw right there. If we take our Fibonacci retracement 2 from the very top of this capitulation that we had, I think it was on the 29th of July or 24th of July, whatever the case may be, we have started to break above like critical Fibonacci retracement levels. And usually when you break above critical retracement levels, it means that you're going to be testing the highs one more time. So $70,000 is in play for Bitcoin right at this point. And I was actually seeing another thing that I'll probably not be able to show you right now, but I mean, it was showing that there is about like $5 billion liquidation if like BTC manages to reach something like $73,000. So a lot of people will be able to lose money if BTC gets to $73,000 because they are shorting the price right now. So what that means is that the market makers are likely going to be pushing the price higher so that they liquidate like more people. Remember, market makers are there to take away the most amount of money from the most number of people. So where there's liquidity, the market goes. I hope I'm making sense by there, right? So probably in the next video, on the next live stream, I will be able to show you those the liquidation things and how I've actually used them in the past to stay calm actually, and realize that the market can actually, just get to where the liquidity is, then return. So for now, $73,000 for BTC is a critical level, because most shorts will be liquidated right there, and there is liquidity. So the market kind of acts as a magnet towards that level. Now, the other thing that I'm looking forward to here is the stock market, because it's really positively correlated with BTC, and really there are great signs over there. Almost all-time high for everything else. The Russell 2000, which is like very much strongly correlated with crypto, is also doing pretty well. So if it happens to break like 2,300 by the time we get tomorrow, man, it's off to the races. But we're in for for a very good tweet here for crypto in general, right? The other thing that we are looking at obviously is the dominance chart here, right? I'm saying dominance chart, actually the dollar currency index. Usually if it's not doing so well, crypto is doing well. But I think people have to notice that it may actually be in a downtrend for the most part, but bull cycles actually get wilder as it gets to find a bottom. So now you can see here that we are kind of approaching some kind of a bottom or a support level, and really it can get crazy here. Altcoins can actually do well. BTC will do pretty much well there. So I think yeah, the dollar currency index is doing well, meaning that it's falling down, right? I don't want it to be pumping to the upside. And then let's quickly take a look at Solana. Somebody asked me Solana in the last live stream here, and it has held pretty well. And here we can see that it's trying to push. The critical level here for me is something like $190. If it breaks and closes above $190, yeah, everything is correct. I will be targeting something like $420, and ultimately, if the bulls are really in control, we could actually see Solana at $1,000, above $1,000. But it's great, obviously, to say $1,000, but in terms of gains, how much is that from where the price is sitting, right? I think it's less than 10x, right? So let's quickly try to see that, right? Yeah, it's less than 10x. It's something like 600%, so 6x. So this is why I never really talk much about ICP, Solana and stuff like that. I talk about ICP because I believe that it has a better chance to get even higher, right? So I think this was pretty much it with the things that I had prepared for myself, and people wanted to know about Toncoin, obviously, and maybe JASMY, ICP and stuff like that. Let me jump. Okay, there is nobody who has commented anything in the comment section right there in the chat, so I can understand that nobody has a question or something like that. We'll actually call it a wrap right here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will see you on the next one. Take really good care of yourselves. Bye.